So one of the storylines during the Olympics was Jayson Tatum not getting enough playing time during their gold medal run. And as a Boston Celtic fan, my reaction is, well, you have to compete for minutes with LeBron James and Kevin Durant. And they were better during this run, and that's perfectly okay. It doesn't mean Jayson Tatum's a bad player. It just means it wasn't a good fit during this run. I know there's been a lot of Celtics fans that have trashed Steve Kerr saying, oh, you're out to get Jayson Tatum, yada, yada, yada. I don't think that's the case here. I think Steve Kerr made a basketball decision. I didn't like all his rotational decisions, especially with Anthony Davis. But at the same time, this one made sense to me. And that's probably going to upset a lot of Boston Celtics fans. You're probably going to wonder if I'm loyal to this team. I'm just trying to be objective here. And the reality is, when it comes to Jayson Tatum, there are still things he needs to work on. Do I still think he's a top 10 player? Absolutely. In fact, when I do my top 15 list, I have Jayson Tatum 6 on that list because of his body of work, his playoff performances against Joel Embiid last year. We saw it in Game 6 and Game 7, Game 6 in Milwaukee, getting the Boston Celtics to the NBA Finals, outplaying Kevin Durant in the first round. He has accomplished a lot of things as a Boston Celtic, so that can't be dismissed. But the thing is, there was too many mouths to feed, and you could have put Jayson Tatum as a point forward out there where he would play make for guys like Davis and Anthony Edwards, but Team USA decided not to do that. And it is what it is. Now, Jayson Tatum reposted a tweet made where it said, "We will avenge Jayson Tatum" on his Instagram story. Shams is also reporting that Jayson Tatum is going to be extremely motivated next year, not only to go back-to-back as a champion, but he's also going to be extremely motivated to win an MVP. I think the reality is Jayson Tatum just needs to focus on getting better and just racking up the wins, racking up the championships. I think he should also focus on winning finals MVP, because think of it this way. If he wins the championship next year and he performs well in the finals, he gets a finals MVP, the narrative around Tatum is going to change even more, because you can't keep him out of the top 5. He's got 2 championships, he's got a finals MVP, and he was the best player on the Celtics in the NBA Finals. You can no longer move the goalposts. I think focusing on an MVP, that's cool and all, but the competition is very hard to beat. You got to deal with Nikola Jokic, Luka Doncic, SGA, Joel Embiid. And when you have a stacked roster with Jrue Holiday, Derek Wright, Jaylen Brown, Porzingis, Al Horford, it's going to be hard to overcome that narrative for Jayson Tatum. So Tatum just needs to focus on getting a top seed in the Eastern Conference, getting back to the NBA Finals, and the championships will do all the talking for him. Now, a reason why some fans don't like Jayson Tatum and why they don't have him high on the list is his past 2 playoff performances, and these are just facts. I'm going to share what has happened to Tatum, and I want to show these shooting splits in the playoffs. So as you can see, his true shooting percentages, right? From, I think this is from 2021. I could be wrong about this, but overall true shooting percentage, 57%, 56, 58, and 54. Actually, I'm sorry, 56%, 57, 56, 58, and it went down to 55%. Look at the three-point shooting in 2021 or 2020, 2021, 37%. That's really good. Got to 39 a year later where they got to the NBA Finals. 39 again, and then last year, 32%, and it went down to 28%. So his shooting got worse. And then you look at the field goal percentage, going back to his 37% from 3, 43% from the field, 42, 42, 45, or say 46%, and 42.7. The thing is this, when it comes to Tatum, there's been a drop-off in his shooting. And I think part of the problem for Jayson Tatum's game is he relies so much on that step-back 3 and that three-point shooting. I think going into this season, he needs to figure out how to develop a consistent go-to move in the mid-range area where he can pull up from the mid-range and shoot over his opponent. Also have a consistent go-to move when going to the rim, because there was a lot of missed layups. The reason why fans have so much animosity towards Jayson Tatum is the first reason is he plays for the Boston Celtics. They hate the Celtics, and I get all that. The second reason is he has a GM who has put a great roster around him. People hate that. And I'm like, it doesn't make sense because LeBron James had a great GM. You know, Jordan had a great GM. A lot of great players have a great GM, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that whatsoever. The third reason is the playoff drop-off when it comes to his shooting. It goes down. As you see, the percentages have dipped the past few seasons in three-point percentage and field goal percentage. So a lot of these back and forth conversations, it really just comes down to Jayson Tatum needs to just show up consistently in the playoffs with his scoring. Yes, he can play make. Yes, he does a good job rebounding the basketball, and he's an excellent defender. Those are all great attributes. But when it comes to scoring and being consistent on that end, he's not always the guy you can rely on. I do hope this is the moment where we see a different type of Jayson Tatum, where he comes out and he's hungry, he's motivated, he doesn't care about anybody on the basketball court. He's not trying to be nice with you, he's not trying to be your best friend. He's out to kill you. That's the type of mentality I want to see from Tatum on a consistent basis. I've seen that before, but I want to see that consistently from him. Does this mean Jayson Tatum is a fraud, that he was carried by the Celtics, that he's a glorified role player, that he should be in the top 30? No, that's ludicrous to me and just some dumb takes you see on the internet. With that being said, Jayson Tatum just needs to focus on winning basketball games, win championships, get a finals MVP next year. If you get an MVP, cool, but make it your priority to win another championship, because that's going to keep shutting people up. Hope you guys enjoyed this video today. I'd love to hear your thoughts on Jayson Tatum being benched during the Olympics. Do you think that was fair or unfair? Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.